What's cooking? Here we are in the kitchen with my favorite.
Hey, Barbara.
Hey,
How
John.
are you?
John Rivers from Four Rivers Smokehouse. And John is here today with some wonderful, wonderful food and recipes that you're going to go and stop right now, get your pen and your paper and write all this down. Because what are we doing today, John?
We are doing the start of Christmas.
Yes,
right here,
right
now. It is the most wonderful time of the year.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I love it. I love this time. People go out, they're eating, they're having fun.
Right.
You know, you kind of put diets aside a little bit, and you just enjoy
Absolutely.
life, and
Yeah.
you get to wear nice clothes.
Yeah, like I was telling you before we went on the air, it's fun to get older around Christmas because you don't care anymore. You know, I can wear a crazy Christmas sweater and it doesn't matter if I embarrass my children and grandchildren anymore. It's okay. And I do have to tell our viewers what's so cute is when I came into the kitchen this morning, John was working, he was preparing, getting things ready, and he had his Christmas music going. He is in the Christmas spirit. You're like a kid in a candy shop at Christmas time,
and
right?
it's even past July and I get to play it. So.
Oh, yay. All right.
Even better.
So let's get Christmassy here with your
All
food.
right, so Christmassy today, we're going to make a sweet potato casserole with some nice candied pecans on top of it, which is absolutely, you know, a quintessential dish that you have either Thanksgiving or for Christmas, and I absolutely love them.
Yes.
So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to candy our pecans. Now, you can buy them already done if you want to, but they're so simple to do. You just roll this in a little bit of butter and a little bit of brown sugar, and then you toast them. Toast them for about 10 minutes in the oven, and when you toast pecans anyway, or any nuts for that matter, it changes the flavor.
Well, we better make sure that that's true, don't you think?
We are so
look
thorough.
how they're candied and all together. But yeah, I absolutely want to taste one of these. Make sure they're okay.
That is delicious. Okay.
Yum.
Thank you, guys.
Good.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Oh, those are good.
Okay. So now we're going to take our sweet potatoes. And we're going to cut them up, and boil them.
Okay.
And just like a regular potato, you always cut it first and put them in little chunks, and it helps it boil so much faster and so much more.
And do you boil it
even.
with the skin on or skin off?
Skin off, as you can see here.
So wait, do you peel them?
Well, actually, these we're going to bake.
Okay.
Potatoes we boil, sweet potatoes we bake.
Okay.
We bake them with the skin on.
Okay.
And then that way it's easy that they slide off.
Right.
Okay.
Got it.
Now from there we cut them and we put them into pieces. Now, once we bake them, we're going to go ahead and put them in a little bit of liquid to boil them. And that liquid is going to be both water, and we put a little bit of apple cider in there.
Okay.
And it gives it really some nice flavor.
See, these are the secret things that nobody ever knows. We all know that Four Rivers Smokehouse and the Coop taste wonderful. All your food tastes wonderful. And it's these little secret ingredients that you do. You know, not just water. I would do just water and a little bit of salt. He does something special.
But it's so simple, too.
I know.
The little teeny things like that make such a big difference. So I bake it, I take my skin off, and I'm going to boil a little bit. And when I boil it, I'm going to save just a little bit of the juice, which you see down in there. Because what I want to do now is mash it. Okay. And actually, as I mash, unless you would like to mash,
do whatever you want me to do.
We're going to add the different ingredients. Now, this is a nice thing about this recipe. It's just a very simple build. Okay, so as I'm mashing, go ahead and we're going to put each one of these in.
Okay, this looks like not salt. This looks like
not salt. That
white sugar.
That's white sugar.
Are we ready? The whole thing? About what, a third of a cup, half a cup, something like that?
That is good. There, about a half of a cup in that one, because this is a sweet dish.
Okay.
So that one, we're going to go ahead and put some brown sugar in too. Okay. And it gives it, there we go.
Okay.
Thank you. A little bit more texture, a little bit more flavor to it. Now we're just going to keep going down the list here.
Okay.
You can do any one of these you wish.
All right, you want to tell us what they are? This is butter.
That's butter. So we melted a little bit of butter.
Okay.
And give it that smooth consistency.
About 2 tablespoons of butter.
Yes. Okay.
This is something that I never use, but I know ahead of time. I did ask John what this was, and it smells so good. It's orange zest.
Orange zest.
Where do you get it?
From Jen.
That's John's assistant, yes.
You take an orange and a zester. And you just take the skin off of it real lightly. Now, when you do zest, you don't want to go until you see the white, because that's when it starts to turn bitter. So you have to be patient and just go all the way around it, and you get some beautiful. Now, the zest is the most potent flavor of the orange, too.
It does. It smells really good.
You can smell it, yep.
Little coarse sea salt.
Sea salt.
Right. Kosher salt. Right.
Okay. Now, here's a little secret ingredient. That's super easy.
Smells so good.
Okay, and all this is apple spice. Apple pie spice.
Okay. Apple pie spice, because it doesn't smell just cinnamony.
Nope.
And you were telling me maybe you think it has a little nutmeg or something
in it? A little bit of nutmeg in there, maybe even a little touch of brown sugar. And it's easy to find, easy to buy.
Never heard of it. Apple pie spice.
It gives it that wonderful flavor.
Okay.
All right, so I'm getting my smooth consistency.
That's looking good.
Now, I don't like it all the way pureed down, because I like some, little teeny chunks just to know that it's real.
Well, I was going to ask you if we should put it in a blender, and so now you just answered that question.
Well,
Don't,
it's
leave
so
it a
funny.
little chunky.
My wife, she likes everything incredibly smooth. So if she was doing this, finish, it would go in the blender. Now, we're going to go ahead and add some eggs.
2 large eggs that you have already beaten.
I like to do that before they go in, so they're evenly, consistently spread out.
Okay.
And what the eggs are going to do, it's going to hold it together when we bake it.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to thoroughly mix this. Make sure everything is...
What is your favorite thing about Christmas, John? Obviously, food's right up there.
it's the family.
Yeah, getting everybody together.
It is.
Right.
It's that the process going up to it. My daughter and I, we all have little traditions together. She and I always pick the biggest, fattest Christmas tree we can.
Oh, good.
Despite what Mom says, and we bring it home.
So you get a real tree every year.
Yes.
Okay.
And my son and I, our tradition is literally the day or two before Christmas, we panic and we go out to the Target and other stores, and we call them hugs and kisses gifts.
Oh no.
They're little gifts. They can only be little teeny small ones. They're nothing big. And Mom tries to say, okay, 3 gifts per person, or something like that. We blow it every year, and we get all kind of just little teeny things.
Hugs and kisses gifts. I love that.
We have so much fun with that.
That's good.
So we're going to bake this now so that it congeals, okay? And we sprayed our little casserole dish here with some nonstick, and simply pour this in.
Now, we've asked this question, I've asked this question of you before, John, about sweet potatoes. And we think that sweet potatoes and yams are the same thing, right?
We're going to stand by that,
We're
Barbara.
standing by
yes,
that, okay.
We are so educated in the potato world.
Now, what if somebody is super lazy, like me, and you don't want to peel all these potatoes and cook all these potatoes? Could I do it out of the can?
You absolutely could do it out of the can.
It's not going to be as good.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But it's okay. Cans are actually, they're not really bad. Pumpkin, I mentioned it earlier, I still prefer pumpkin in a can versus roasting it. But, all of your flavor is actually coming from everything that we put in there.
Okay.
So you just take your can, just like you normally would, and just build from there. So I'm going to bake this for about 15, 20 minutes just to get it to come together. Now, because we don't have time to do that, what we're going to do is kind of flash forward to the end here.
Okay.
And you can design this, you can put it together any way that you like. All right, let's go ahead and clean ours up nice and pretty.
So you always make everything so pretty.
It has to be.
Presentation is a big deal with John Rivers, isn't it? I watch you cook, I watch what you do. You like the presentation.
I think it's an important part of eating, because you eat with your eyes first.
That's true.
Before you taste it. So we're going to do these in a diagonal, all right? And we'll start going down this way. And you can be creative with it. You can do it any way you wish. And let's go ahead and take the marshmallows. We're going to use mini marshmallows now.
Right.
And we'll go ahead and put a nice pretty layer of those.
Well, if you're doing pretty, I'm letting you do it. I don't do pretty. Oh, I see what you're doing. How cute is that?
Okay.
Very nice.
Put another little pretty layer here.
Yeah. Only John Rivers would do this, right?
Oh, I think anybody could do this at home. You can make your initials, you can spell Santa Claus on it, you can do all kind of things. Actually, you should see some of our bakers and the stuff they come up with.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, the cakes that they're putting
creative,
together.
Right.
Okay, so since we're going to be we'll talk about it a little bit later, but some of the baked items that come out during Christmas are some of my very favorite of the year. Even though they don't have our favorite caramel in it.
Caramel, chocolate, and peanut butter. Maybe we'll get to that later on,
Maybe
right?
we'll get to something. Okay, so that's pretty. It's pretty
well. That's beautiful.
Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the oven.
Okay.
Okay. All right, it's going to bake. You're just really going to top it so that it browns on the top.
Okay, so maybe just 10 minutes.
Maybe about 10 minutes. And then when it comes out, it's going to be good and hot like this.
Oh, that's beautiful.
You see how the marshmallows, they got nice and brown for us?
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Would you like marshmallows or have it a little bit of both?
A little bit of both. Sounds like a good plan. With a little heavier on the pecans. Oh, that's gorgeous. How nice.
And hopefully you'll be able to taste, especially that little hint of orange zest in there.
All right, you too. I want you to have some. What are you having on, the marshmallows or pecans or combination?
I'm a pecan.
Okay.
I'm a pecan.
John and I together, we have sweet teeth, right? Not just one tooth. We don't have a sweet tooth. We have sweet teeth.
All right.
All right,
so
let's try this.
Let's see what we have
I'm
here.
sure it is amazing.
Just a little orange?
I do.
Gives it just a little bit of depth of flavor and the apple pie filling.
That is delicious. If you want this recipe, viewers, it is available for you on our website, or you can go to Facebook and get any of the recipes that we talk about here during the holiday season with John Rivers, Four Rivers Smokehouse, and The Coop. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for coming and doing this with us today.
My absolute pleasure.